If your water reflections are not looking good, you're not happy with them, maybe it's not because of your lack of skill. Maybe it's because you're missing this one thing that I'm going to show you. And after this, and they should start looking like this. So let's go and see how we do this. Okay, entonces the first thing we do is to sketch a little frame around the paper and then place a horizon line. In this case it's pretty high on the image. And then I start adding charcoal pretty much to the whole page. The only thing I'm leaving here with adding charcoal are the spots that I want to preserve so we can show the glow of the scene later on. So other than that, pretty much I just lay, a coat of charcoal all over the place. And when I'm doing this, not much right now, but pretty soon, I'm going to start squinting my eyes. When you squint your eyes, you can see, you can read the value so much better than when you have them wide open. I know it's not a cool look. I mean, who wants to look like this, right? Only me, it doesn't matter. Us who like do art. But anyway, it's so useful because you can really read the values right. So from now on, I'm going to start going like this, especially when I'm doing now my blending with my fingers. That's my favorite blending tool, really. I use it all the time. Just to start getting rid of all the texture we have, and just to start creating the illusion of distance, depth. And that is what we want to achieve when we do a landscape like this, because on this landscape it has quite a distance, so we want to create that. We want to create that illusion. And here I'm helping myself with a little tissue just to create more clouds and brighten up the brighter spots. And as you can see, everything looks blended. It's there only shapes. And that's what I want to achieve. I don't want to achieve something that is very recognizable right now. It's just pretty much where my tones, where my dark tones are going to go, and where my brighter tones are going to go. So that is the only thing I'm, worried about right now. It's just to create a little bit of tone that from now on is going to start getting closer to what I want it to be. Yet at the same time, getting rid of all of those dark tones, for instance, that I don't want to have at the distance or on the clouds at this time. Like I told you, I didn't tell you. I like to do all of this by layers. That's how I work. I always work by layers. I think it's the best practice, the best way. For me, at least, it works. And now I'm using the stump, and the stump is just nothing but tightly rolled out paper. And and I'm creating shadows on in the clouds, and also trying to draw, the bottom part of the sky, the clouds. And here I'm blending the sky with the top of the clouds. Also, when they're blended, sometimes they can create an illusion of glowing illusion. And I'm just going all over the water again, like I say, just trying to find for all of those spots that I don't really want to see right now. Even though I'm going to darken the scene later, but this time, for me, the way I work, the way my brain works, I don't want to have those around. It's funny when I think about that, because then I'm going to be adding the tone again, but that's how I work. And now I'm redrawing the horizon line. And the horizon line, in this is done with a little bit with a darker charcoal and more permanent. And the horizon line is Caladesi Island. Caladesi Island is right next to Honeymoon Island, so that is what you see in the background. And as you can see, just by applying that dark line there, look how much brighter it made the white and the water glow. You see now I'm darkening the sky, and really it's making this other area pop. pop I mean by getting very bright. And of course, the upper part of the sky is always darker than the bottom part, so you have to take that into consideration. And you see why by going like this, by squinting your eyes works? I mean, just do it, you do it, as I'm doing this. And you can see now I'm applying a darker layer of charcoal on the bottom of the page. That is going to be similar to the upper part of the page, or the upper part of the sky. And with the side of the stump, also I'm creating these little waves, the illusion that we have water and the water is moving. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. And right here I'm placing my main subject, which is a fisherman. That is going to be right in the white and brightest part of the drawing, which is going to make him look like more of a silhouette also, but it's placed a little bit below the center line. You never want to place things right in the center, right in the middle. Always want to put it to the left, to the right. So in this occasion, I decided to place them a little bit to the bottom right, and right inside of the bright, of course, tone paper, because I want people, boom, be that the first thing they're going to see. And then I want people, boom, to travel to the clouds. And then we'll see what else we're going to travel after that. And right now we are adding just little tiny lines. The closer you are, okay, these little waves are to you, they're going to appear more like lines. The farther away, the more distant, they're just going to start getting smaller and smaller until they're little dots, and then they'll disappear. So that creates the illusion of depth also. That helps a lot. And I just continue doing that all over the place, wherever I think it needs it. Now I'm putting this, it's some kind of net they use just to get little fish in it. There's a word for it that I can remember. I'm not a fisherman, so but I like to see it, and I like to sketch them a lot. They're fun to do that. But very loosely here, I'm not too concerned with being too much in detail. Also, he's also a little bit farther away from me, so it's not going to have a lot of detail. And of course, by being on the bright part of the paper, it's going to be also like a silhouette. And I want to remind you to check the descriptions. Remember, for the freebie that I have for you, that lesson how to start composition. Go see it and hopefully you'll use it. And now I'm adding a boat. This boat just came into the scene, which is dead, and I decided to add it because it was going to help me with my composition. But first, I'm doing this, I'm just using my eraser. That's how I'm sketching this boat, because it's at the distance, doesn't have a lot of detail. It's you just see a speck of white, just lines, just moving pretty fast. So you're not going to see a lot of details when you sketch, a boat. And little by little, we're coming to the end here. What I'm doing right now, I'm doing the shadow side of the boat, and of course it's going to reflect, the shadow is going to be in the water also. And right here I'm just putting a few details, and also the motor of the boat is what you could see the most. It was pretty dark, it looked like a little dot, at the distance. And just darken a little bit around, just to make it show up a little bit better. That's what I'm trying to do there, and not going too dark, that's going to affect the rest of the drawing. So pretty much that is the end of the drawing. Just adding a few touches here and there. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope you are going to practice it, you like it. Let me know if you like the subject, you want more of this.